So the Japanese language is often described as one of the most difficult languages to learn, especially if you're coming from English to learn another foreign language. A lot of this has to do with the grammar structure and the vocabulary, but it also has a lot to do with the writing system as well. This is kanji. This is one of their character sets. This particular one has 1961. What you see here is what they call the Joyo kanji. There are so many kanji that they have distinguished that these are the ones that they're allowed to publish in newspapers or magazines because it's just too overwhelming. Kanji was originally adopted from China because they had their spoken language before they had a writing system. The issue with this is that kanji didn't necessarily fit their spoken language all too well. So what they had to do was add another one. This is what they call hiragana, and this is used for some basic words that they don't have kanji for, as well as some grammatical inflections that they can't express with kanji. This is, you see, it's only 46, much easier to learn. Also, all of the kanji that you just saw can actually be expressed with just these 46 characters, which much easier. That brings to the question, do you need kanji? You don't. It's a constant debate over there whether they're going to get rid of it or not. It comes down to the people that know it want it and the people that have to learn it don't want it. They also have another one, which is fairly identical to this one as terms of structure. There's also 46. Let me go. The vowels there, it goes a, u, u, e, o, and they're pronounced exactly like that. And then each character is actually a consonant with the vowels. A, u, e, o, ka, ki, ku, ge, ko. Just goes all the way down. It's Japanese, despite what you may have heard or what you thought, actually very easy to pronounce. Now, the one on the right is called katakana, and that's actually used specifically for borrowed words, onomatopoeia, foreign words like your names, all of you would spell. Even Japanese people that weren't born in Japan, they will use this character set to spell their name. So what I'd like to do is prepare for you a basic understanding of the Japanese language and these writing systems, how you can use them to actually maybe understand Japanese, even if you have no idea of the grammar or the vocabulary. For example, this probably seems a little overwhelming, but if you can recognize the katakana, which has generally sharp edges, doesn't take that long to be able to recognize it easily. There's actually a lot of it in here that you could probably read these signs and know what they were saying. For example, that one's karaoke. I'm sure all of you are familiar with karaoke, as well as this one's actually, it takes a little bit of creative imagination. Basically, they're all pronounced phonetically, so just say it out loud, you can generally know what it's saying. Like this one is this is a central hotel, is what it is. So if you're, I think this is Tokyo, don't quote me on that. But you at least will be able to find central hotel. There's the DVD, video, and then of course the beer. It's always good to find the nearest place that sells beer. Also, this I found this. I actually had this on my computer for a while. I thought it was really interesting. This is a Hello Sandwich. It's a little sandwich shop. At the bottom there is also katakana. It says Hello Sandwich. It's a little redundant, but that seems to be really popular there. And that over there is the menu. They have it written down, and you can actually understand quite a bit of that if you know those 46 katakana characters and can pick them out. For example, that right there is ice, and coffee. So they sell iced coffee. Can't really say about that. It also says hot. I think it's not all the way there. So they sell iced coffee and hot coffee. They also sell sandwiches and tomato juice, apparently, as well as ice or hot milk. And this is also a little advertisement. You can generally see some abstract things like right here it says Hello Sandwich Sun, which is I think it's their mascot. And it also says it's promoting something. It's a gift bag there. But a lot of these are words that if you knew just those 46 characters, they're all phonetically words that you will be able to recognize and understand. And this can actually be extremely helpful if you're visiting. I know for everyone who's shopped at Forever 21 is actually a Tokyo-based company. They actually have a lot of katakana on their tags describing their products that you generally probably never pay attention to. And also game design as well. This is a screenshot from a new game, Final Fantasy 13-2. This was when it was in development. If anyone's planning to get into that field, this is it was made in Japan. So all this is while it was being developed, and this is one of the things that they released to the press. Well, everything here, aside from the English, is katakana, spelling out English words that you all know. And instead of translating them into katakana, I just did the English words here. If anyone has played that game, they'll know. But as you can see, these are basic things, characters in there. So if you're planning to go in that field, you're being a reviewer for the game, or you're testing it out, or if you just like to import games before they're released in America, almost all of the menus and almost everything in there is katakana, basically just spelling out English words that you already know. So I hope that provided a basic understanding for you guys to what little information. If you just memorize those 46, or at least enough to just recognize them, you actually know a lot more Japanese than you probably think you do. So I hope this has helped you on, maybe piqued your interest a little bit of learning a little more.
All right, Philip, what did you think?
Started out strong. Thought it kind of ended a little abruptly. Your strong points, you're really familiar with the subject, and you're able to relate it to us really well. Explain really good. I thought it was great. The visuals wasn't too sold on. It seemed like a lot of it you were just pointing out one character and then saying what it was in English, and then going next. But the first visuals were great, showing character sets, explaining differences there. I don't know, overall good job, I suppose.
All right, well, there's a lot of stuff in here that I think works well, and there are a few things that don't work quite as well. I like the opening of the speech. The visual is pretty intimidating when you see all of the characters that you're showing up there, and then you mentioned that there are 1,900 of them. The two versions that you talk about, the kanji, which is the more elaborate type of writing, and how do you say the other one, hiragana? Hiragana. Well, see, I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. Sorry. I think the visualization that you had was pretty effective. But they both went, the first one, since you're not really talking about it much, it didn't mind that much that it went by quickly. But the second one, which is mostly what you're going to be focusing on, I think you needed to spend a little bit more time on showing us the comparison, for instance, to the letters, and especially when you're talking about how a lot of them, even use English words. I mean, you can basically hear the English words, because you say it at one point. You probably know more Japanese than you think, because it's just a matter of looking at some of the sounds. Like I said, that's the part that I think was a little bit rushed and needed to have a little bit more explanation. When you dove into the examples, I like the visuals. Apparently Philip wasn't all that excited about them, but I like the visuals about the cityscape and the menu, for instance, and showing us how we could see those words if we knew the characters in the more common form. I'm not going to try and say it again. How we would probably be able to read and understand those things, and then you could, it's just the sound of certain kinds of things.